So today is Thursday, and it was really hot out until this little front started moving through, and it has really cooled off. Talking a fair amount of rain tonight, so it'll probably be too humid to do anything today. Maybe tomorrow afternoon we'll be able to work with epoxy again, but we got some rain coming first, and probably going to be worth it if we can cool things off, get a cooler, drier air mass moved in here. But I did manage to get some more epoxy on yesterday. It was kind of borderline, but I did manage to get some epoxy applied yesterday to this area up here. And as you've noted in previous videos, I've been just kind of slowly getting this built back up, and we're getting there. And for these wider surfaces, I've been using things like a big drywall knife. And then to actually get this thing more or less the way we want it, I've been running straight edges like this thing down here. And see these marks I've got along here? That is just guidelines to indicate where I need to run my straight edge, you know, an establishing point. And then it's also over here then too, on the other side. But anyway, yeah, so we're getting there. We're close. I don't know how well you can see that, but we need just a little more in the middle there. And of course we need to sand all that down. But yeah, it's kind of a slow process, but we're getting there. And here in the engine room, I got this support for the sea strainer in place. Got a couple of coats of paint on it and got it screwed back in there. And yeah, I think this is going to work fine. I got a couple of stainless steel bolts with nylock nuts on there holding it on, and it's, yeah, reasonably solid. Not to the extent I think it's going to cause any problems. I may need to trim out down here a little bit so we don't have chafing on that hose. And then I'll probably put a tie of some sort on this one to hold it in just a little tighter there. But yeah, that should work. And again, this is straight enough shot. I mean, yeah, it bends a little bit, but it has to because the angle of the bottom of the boat there. But I should be able to get even a wooden dowel, I think, would work in there to rod that out if need be. Or I suppose the guy could punch a little air pressure through there too if you just had something clogging it a little bit. But anyway, yeah, there's that. It looks good. I don't think we're going to have any issues there. So, yeah, good deal. Alright, so today is Friday, another little midweek update here. And here I've got the next plank, well, yeah, the next plank in the engine room, next to the engine room there where that sea strainer comes up. This is the next plank, and what I decided to do was, I decided to notch it out a little bit in that spot where the pipe comes up through there, the hose. Just so it doesn't chafe there. And I also cut a chunk out of here, so I'm going to have to put a butt block, or not a butt block, but a support block in between these two pieces. Then this piece goes in here, and this piece will be able to be lifted out. I may put a hinge on it so you can just flip it up. I don't know, we'll see about that. But that way you can get at the valve down there, the through hull valve. Yeah, that'll make it put a label or something on here so people can see that's where the valve is, and because that would be the one place you'd need to access a little more frequently probably than other places. So yeah, got them primed, got the first top coat on there, so we're working on that, get that sea strainer situation pretty much finished up, or at least the way we want it. And then up here I've been sanding again. You know, I put a bunch of layers of filler on here, and what I've been doing is coming at this with with a straight edge of some sort. In here I'm just using this, I don't know, what is it, 2 feet, yeah, 24 inch. And I'll come up here and I'll lay this along this line and try to get an idea of where there's a gap. And as I come down here, you can maybe see there's a bit of a gap in there. Now this is really hard to do with only 2 hands. I've always thought that human beings should have been equipped with 3 arms, a short stubby one coming right out of the middle of your chest. Yeah, anybody that works with their hands will appreciate that concept. But anyway, so I come down here and you can see I've got pencil marks here and here coming down that indicate where I want to put a little bit more fill in. Now, of course, this is all relevant. It's all relevant to how you're holding, what kind of angle you're holding this thing at. If I hold it this way, yeah, we're curved here. If I hold it this way, there's a huge gap there. So, I mean, I don't know. There is no real guideline, anything to guide here. So I'm just kind of going by this. I think that's the best I'm going to get to give me a bit of an idea of what this is like coming out here. And then, of course, just feeling, running your hand across there. And it does still feel like it's just a little bit low right in here. And you can see where I've got these pencil marks here. That's where I'm going to put just a little bit more filler in. And I'll use a variety of things to apply it. This 10-inch drywall knife. And then this thing here is actually a painting guard, I think. But actually it works for this too, to come down and scrape it down just a little bit more level. So we'll see. I don't think I'm going to do a whole lot more here. Well, I say that now, but we'll see. But yeah, it's getting there. We're getting closer. Alright, so today is Sunday, a little bit of a midweek update here, and I have started putting the fiberglass on the starboard side here. As you can see, I got the first layer on, and that'll need 5 more layers, and then a lot of other sanding and whatnot. And on the port side here, I've got this pretty much smoothed out now. I'm maybe 90% happy with it. Right in through here, I can feel a little bit of a dip right in here. I don't know, and I'm sure when you paint it, it's going to be visible. But I think I'm going to call that good for now. I think I'm going to clean this up just a little bit more, and then I'm going to put a layer of 10 ounce on throughout here, and yeah, then we'll go from there and see if we want to do a little bit more fairing above that on top of that 10 ounce or not. We shall see. And I'll have to start probably coming up here just a little bit too then, and fill in all these screw holes here. But yeah, yeah, I just finished sanding this down, and this last layer I put on there, and it's pretty good. So yeah, we're gonna call that good for now. Alright, and here we are after the fiberglass cloth that's put on here, and this is the regular 10 ounce cloth that I put on here. I did not put the peel ply on here because this is going to need to be sanded and whatnot, and maybe a little fairing still done on this. But anyway, you can see the glass cloth came all the way out to here, and then all the way down to the edge here, and then up here, and then all the way up here. Of course, this will have to be sanded and faired just a little bit where that glass cloth ends. But it doesn't look too bad, but it's a little hard to tell until you actually paint. So what I did was I just got done ordering some primer, and I ordered some of that Total Boat epoxy primer. Still looks to me like it's a little concave in here, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to want to worry about it or not. We shall see. But anyway, once we get this finished a little bit more, we can put some primer on there, and then a guy can tell a lot better what kind of shape you're in, how much more finishing needs to be done over top of the primer. And here we are now in the engine room, and you can see I got this this planking and whatnot down here. And yeah, I think this is going to be plenty strong. I can put quite a bit of force on this, and there's not much going on there. And then this little block down here, I could put a hinge on here and just hinge this over, put a piano hinge on there, which I might do. But anyway, that's so you can reach the valve quickly and easily. Reach the valve down there. But that should all work just fine. At some point, I'll have to paint the rest of this stuff in here, and then I suppose I'll have to put some sort of a non-slip on there. That paint's going to make it kind of slick, I'm afraid. But anyway, yeah, so that's mostly done. My hose clamps aren't here yet, so I'll have to wait with those. Greetings and welcome back to the boat shop. Today is the 4th of September of 2024, and just a little update here where we are. As far as the hull goes here, I have been putting the 1708 fiberglass on here, and I got 3 layers on here now, so I got 3 more layers to go. I did not put the peel ply on here, and I may regret that because this stuff is a little rougher. It's going to be kind of hard to clean up. I generally sand this a little bit even if I put the peel ply on anyway, so I kind of thought, yeah, maybe we don't need to bother with the peel ply. Maybe we'll get better, you know, adhesion if we don't have the peel ply. Not necessarily better adhesion, but I can see what's happening a little better without it. But it's going to be a little harder to clean the amine blush off without the peel ply. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll go back to putting peel ply on. But I got 3 more layers to put on there. And over here, as you can see, you know, I put the fiberglass on over this area, the 10-ounce fiberglass, and got this faired out reasonably well. And then I put a coat of epoxy over the whole thing here, because this stuff here that I'd put the glass cloth on had never had another layer of epoxy put on it either. So I don't know, might do 1 more layer of epoxy over it, and really that's a sanding layer is what that is, so you can sand and not sand into the fiberglass itself. So yeah, we'll see. And like I said, I've got an epoxy primer coming. That's supposed to be here tomorrow or Friday actually, so we'll see, but we'll give that stuff a try and see what we think of that. I'm sure it'll be fine. Don't know if I'll use it everywhere or just, you know, below the waterline. We'll have to see about that. But yeah, I don't know. And this doesn't look too bad. Again, feeling across here, you can feel there's a little bit of a hump here or an indent here, whatever the case is. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is when I sand this a little bit and put the primer on, we'll see what it looks like. But I don't think I'm going to go too nuts, because there's a lot of boat here that I'm going to have to fair out and, you know, tape all these seams, and there's a lot of work going to be here. Yeah, if I get too fussy, it's never going to get done. So anyway, that's what we've been up to up here the last couple days. Today's a little warmer again, but it's supposed to be getting cooler, and of course now we're into September, so yeah, I think say 80s outside, and pretty decent in here yet, 72. Something else I've been doing, this is more planking, floor planks for the engine room. I decided since I got started on that, I might as well carry on with that. But before I go any farther with that, I got some other work up in the engine room I want to do, and I picked up this quarter round the other day, and that's just a little 1/2-inch PVC quarter round, and I'm going to use that to hold ceiling tiles in place. These are just regular acoustic ceiling tiles here that they're going to go into the engine room. So let me go up there and show you what we got going up there. So here we are in the engine room now, and those 2 more pieces of wood that I had painted, they go in here. I think I'll wait with doing the rest of this until after I get my overhead done in here. And as you can see, I've got that fiberglass insulation just friction fit up in there. It needs a little more fitting, but anyway, that stuff will be one layer of insulation, and then those acoustic tiles will be another to help isolate the sound in the engine room. So we're going to get the ceiling done, probably, if the weather's cool enough, get it done in the next week here. Get those other two floorboards in, and then once those are in, it'll be a little easier to work back here. And then I can work on painting the rest of this stuff later on. So yeah, that's what we've been up to.